Welcome everyone to another BR Live Skype interview. My name is Corey Knapp. I'm joined today by Myles Jones, newest signing for the New York Riptide. Myles, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How has this week been, starting off from signing with the team, getting a practice in, to making your debut last night?
Yeah, it was signing earlier this week, and everything kind of happened pretty quickly. From the point that I signed my name, it was me getting paperwork done, getting all the necessary things done for the team to get all that stuff squared away. Then it was getting gear ready. I landed in Philly for practice. I think it was probably the best weekend for me to join the team. Obviously there being two games and multiple practices and a large amount of time spent together. I got to really know the guys and spend time with each and every one of them and talk to them and just understand who they are, and it's kind of cool because you can feel that underdog mentality from those guys just being together. Obviously, with an expansion team, a lot of guys are coming from different places. Guys probably have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder from not getting protected or getting picked up by a new team and not being with their previous team. But all the guys are great, and it's a really good locker room, and I enjoy being around those guys, which was something that's very comforting. Obviously, stepping into a new team.
Awesome. And then, so you're a guy who's played almost exclusively outdoor in your career. What's the thing that drew you to the NLL and the Riptide specifically?
Well, it was funny when the Riptide, came to fruition. They were playing right there in my hometown, being Long Island, and they traded for my rights in the summertime, which was also very very interesting. So obviously, I'd always taking a step closer to playing box, since I graduated college, and I think it was just kind of the perfect storm. Just a new team, new faces on the team. I played for Coach Reggie for Team USA in a couple exhibition games, so I got to know him pretty well. And he and I had talked back and forth for about 9 days straight prior to me signing,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt comfortable, giving allocating my time to the team. Obviously, a bunch of guys that in the front office that I knew from the past, so it was kind of it felt very easy for me to make the jump, and I felt it was right for not only me to play in NLL, but for me to play at home in front of a home crowd.
Great, yeah. So what were a couple of your biggest takeaways from your first game last night, getting some minutes?
Yeah, I mean the game is very fast. It's very hard to simulate the speed of the game when you're trying to get practice reps. Obviously, I was on a couple calls with the coaches going over film, prior to me getting down to Philly,
Mm-hmm.
but there's nothing like playing full speed and getting out there and seeing it live. Obviously, they're trying to get me up to speed with just the way they play defense and the principles of the team. So when I went out there for my first few shifts, it was very an eye-opening experience about just how quickly they move the ball, how quickly you get from playing on ball to off ball, from help defense to backside defense. It's all a lot to learn, and the coach have done a really good job giving me the core principles and just letting me being an athlete, getting out there and just doing what I do best.
Right. And going off of that, what do you think is the one attribute that you have that translates really well, right from outdoor to indoor? And then what's the thing that you think you need to work on the most to be even better this season?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I bring physicality and athletic ability to to the team, and being on defense is something that that I am learning day by day. I think my biggest attribute that I can bring to the team and make a difference is definitely playing defense and then running in transition. Yesterday I had a couple breakaway opportunities. Unfortunately, didn't score, but it felt good to take the ball away and play a good shift of defense, and then reward myself with picking up a loose ball and running down there with with an opportunity to create some momentum for my team. Everything to work on. I think just the overall game. Understanding the game, understanding situations. It's a lot. You go from playing different roles on the defense so quickly that I think the muscle memory when I do obtain that and understand just how things go, just the flow of the game, I think I'll be much better. I think the defense part, obviously, being something new to me, is something I definitely need to work on. But I talked to Coach Reggie today, um, and he was very happy with my effort and my ability to make plays. On the defensive end, and then going to the offensive end. So it was always good. It's always good to hear some positive feedback, and obviously being a big competitor, um, I'm excited to learn more and improve upon that.
So going from the outdoor game to the indoor game, aside from the obvious differences, like you're in an enclosed space, you're on turf, it's a much smaller field. What's like maybe the one big thing that maybe new fans need to know or would like to know?
Yeah, I mean, any new fan who comes and watches the indoor game is one. You're gonna enjoy the physicality of the game. It's a very physical game. I remember when I got off the floor, my mom was at the game yesterday. It was her first time seeing indoor lacrosse, and the first thing she said was, "You guys are so aggressive." And I laugh because it's really fun and it draws people in, and it's very exciting and the ball moves fast, and the overall game is different. I think for the most part, outdoor and indoor might as well be two separate sports.
Mhm.
It's vastly different. The only thing that's the only similarity that we have is we use the same lacrosse sticks, same gear, and the same ball. But other than that, and the game is so different. And I think when you play indoor, it definitely helps your outdoor game. But in terms of the indoor game, it's so much fun. It's similar to basketball,
Mhm.
and Coach Thorpe always says that to me whenever I go on the shift. He's like, all right, let's go, let's get out there. It's a good shift, just like basketball. He knows that I have that basketball extensive basketball background, and you just
Mhm.
get out there, my feet, and playing picks and stuff. It's just an overall really fun game.
Nice. So y'all have about 4 months or so left in the regular season. What are you most excited about? What kind of expectations do you have for yourself and for the Riptide team?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the way the schedule kind of shakes out in the next, few months. We are, all East Coast except for that Calgary game coming up for us. I get to come back to Long Island at least, 3, 4 more times, which is always exciting. Um, and I think this team, we have a lot of fight in us. I think we're very close. I've seen a lot of the games before. Obviously I was on the team. I saw the way the team played. Last night and the night before. We're close. We have a good group of guys. I think that with any team, your off the field camaraderie definitely does bleed onto the floor. So I think that the closer the team gets off the field, the better the team's going to be when we get onto the floor. And the guys want it. We have a bunch of great leaders in Mac, Suter, all the older guys. They're great leaders. They care, and obviously when you care, it trickles down from the top, and you know those guys bring a lot of energy, and it's easy to feed off of. So I think that if we get a couple wins in a row and get rolling, I think this team could be pretty good, and obviously building for the future.
Right. Awesome. All right, I have a couple non NLL questions. You mentioned your college career. You're a Duke guy. Their season starts, I believe, next weekend. Do you still have friends on the team, and do you have a message for them heading into their season opener?
I'm really excited for those guys. Um, and the season opener is always one of those things where everyone's excited to get out there and hit somebody with wearing a different jersey. But it's always the seniors and the seniors and juniors who lead the team, and those guys have the most experience. So I'm excited for those guys to kind of be able to step into the role and understand that there's a sense of urgency. When you're an upperclassman, you only have so many games left. Especially as a senior, every game counts. Every game, could be your last game. Not many guys, not everybody plays pro after college. So, really take those, don't take those moments for granted, and seize those opportunities, and really, you know, it's the best time of your life when you're playing lacrosse at Duke, and just really enjoy it, and obviously bring home this championship. I would love to see one as an alumni.
Right. Um, and then obviously you mentioned your basketball background. Have you gotten a chance to watch Zion at all this week? His two games.
Yeah, I actually, so it's funny because all my friends and I, we went down to Duke, took them down last season, and we saw a Duke basketball game. And ever since then, we're all big Zion fans. So anytime, like that block he had
Yeah.
this past week, I got probably like 6 or 7 texts from the guys like, "Yo, did you see that?" And he's just an unreal talent. Living in Atlanta, I got to see Cam Reddish play a bunch.
Mhm.
And tonight I'm going to the game. Unfortunately, I don't think that RJ Barrett's going to be playing, but just it'd be good to see those guys, kind of mature throughout their careers.
Awesome. And yeah, so lastly, we're about a month away from March Madness. How do you think the Blue Devils look this year, and what do you think? How far do you think they can go?
The team is young. I actually had the opportunity to see them play against Georgia Tech because living in down in Atlanta, it was a quick trip. From where I live. I got to see them play against Georgia Tech. They're a real young team, very talented. Year in year out. Um, and it's tough because since Duke is caught up with the one and dones and other worlds, you don't really have too much senior leadership, which is something that's always been part of Duke basketball success. And with the guys just kind of changing in and out, it's kind of hard to have those guys gel pretty quickly. And the college basketball season happens very fast. But I think that they can get the ball rolling. And they obviously dropped a few games this season thus far, but it's all experience. Those guys are 17, 18, 19 years old. They're young. They'll pick it up. They'll understand what it's like to play in big moments and in big games. And hopefully Coach K's leadership and all his knowledge rubs off on those guys, and they can go pretty far in tournament this year.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you, Miles. Is there anything else you want to add about your first week in the NLL?
Nope, that's all.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.